What's up guys? Nick Wallace back again with another basketball video. And today we're going to be working on our jump shot so you can be hitting threes just like that. Now if you guys are interested in our basketball programs, unfortunately we did have to cancel the majority of our basketball programming for this summer. But that shouldn't stop you guys from continuing to work on your shot, so when these programs return in the fall and in the winter, your game is going to be just as good as how you left it. So let's get started with a little warm up, shall we? So for this workout, all you're going to need is a ball and a hoop. So this one is a really great warm-up where you can practice your shot. So you're going to want to start wide base, really close to the basket, just like how I'm standing. And it's really important that when you hold the ball here, you're going to want to be holding it with your fingertips. And there should be a little pocket in between the ball and your hand. Once you have that pocket between your hand and the ball, you're going to want to get into your athletic stance. And the shot from this close is mostly going to be wrist, but you want the fundamentals and the motion of your shot to be the same and look very similar to what I'm doing here. Now the goal of this game is every time you make a shot, you're going to take a small step back until you're at the three-point line. Now you notice how I'm using one hand because again, we're really just working on the fundamentals. I'm only using my dominant hand. This left hand or your non-dominant hand should normally just be a guide hand anyways. So this drill really helps you get that square base, that good follow through and good rotation on the ball. When you simplify the motion of your shot, it's really easy to adjust. So since I hit front rim right there, it's going to be really easy for me to put a little bit more power on this next shot. If you want to challenge yourself, every time you miss, you can take a step in as well. Now hopefully the motion of my shot looks really similar to when I was really close to the basket, and it should look pretty similar to where I am right now at the three-point line. Give myself one more chance here. That was a really good warm-up drill, and if you wanted to make it a little bit more challenging, you could always step in every time you miss. Obviously that's going to make the drill take a little bit longer, but the most important thing is that you want to be comfortable at each spot, and if you work your way all the way back to the three-point line, it's going to really help your shot for the rest of the day for sure. So the next drill that we have here is called Around the World. Now this is a really fun shooting drill that gets you to master basically every spot with inside the arc. So I like to start under the basket for a little challenge, and I lay it in with my right, I lay it in with my left, and then we get started with the shooting. Now this one you can break out the guide hand as well. This is a two-handed shooting drill, so this should look like your normal shot. Now the goal of this drill is to actually go all the way around the arc here, hitting every hash mark along the way. That way you get comfortable with each one. If you miss, you have to keep shooting until you make it, and you can go all the way around. So I started off with this hash mark here, now I'm going to the block, and I'll work my way around. even though this one isn't focusing on the fundamentals of the shot, your release, your follow through, that elbow tucked in, and that guide hand should all look the same regardless of where you're shooting from. The only thing that should change is how much legs and power are going into each shot. Next up is a free throw line shot. That was my first miss right there. You can play it where you have to start again, but I'm just going to keep on going, or you can give yourself 1 or 2 chances at each shot. So that was exactly halfway around the world. I went from that hash mark all the way back. Now the game is normally played where you work your way all the way back around, but for now I'm going to skip that. But this is a really great shot because it really gets you to master angles on the backboard, different mid-range shots that are really difficult, and a lot of in-game shots that you're normally taking and are pretty difficult. All right guys, so that's all the basketball content that we have for you today. Hopefully you guys learned a lot about some really easy drills that you can do by yourself to improve your shot. The previous video we worked on stuff that you can do inside, but if you guys have access to a hoop, you don't need anybody else to play with, just competing against yourself. Again, working on balance, eyes, elbow, and follow through with each shot that you take, regardless if it's the first warm-up drill or around the world. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Let me know if you have any questions, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.